The Trump regime just changed a rule that could suppress Democratic votes in the next election. And guys, if you don't watch this, your vote might not count. And most people don't even realize this, change has already happened. So here's what changed. Okay, the United States Postal Service quietly changed how mail is postmarked. Okay, I mean, before, when you dropped off mail, including, mail in ballots, it was usually postmarked the same day, right? Now, under a new guidance, mail is postmarked when it is processed. That means not right away. Okay. Not when you drop it off. I mean, here's the actual change. So as you can see on your screen, I'm going to read the summary to you guys. The Postal Service is adding section 60811, postmark and postal possession, to the domestic mail manual. Now, this new section defines postmarks, identifies the types of postal services, making that, qualify as postmarks, and describes the circumstances under which those markings are applied. Now, there's a lot more to this, guys, but obviously we're going to go ahead and kind of break it down because what does that even mean, right? So that sounds like a technical change, and it sounds like if you understand it, it actually sounds kind of like a smaller change, but honestly, it's not, because in many states, mail-in ballots are only counted if they are postmarked by election day. That means this, okay? Check this out. You can do everything right. You can drop off your ballot on time. And if the post office does not process it until the next day, or maybe days later, your vote might not count. I mean, look, you didn't break any rules. The system, is being rigged to break those rules for you. Here's why this is super dangerous. This change quietly shifts responsibility away from voters and onto the postal system. So, like before, the rules protected voters. If you mail it on time, it counts. Now the rule protects, bureaucracy. If we process it on time, then it counts. So, think about that real quick. Okay? That is a massive difference. All right. Because postal delays are extremely common, right? I mean, staffing shortages, sorting backlogs, high mail volume, especially near elections, right? So even small delays can now invalidate your vote. And here is where the danger grows even more. Guys, this change creates a perfect loophole. Perfect. No votes are rejected outright. No one has to say we are suppressing votes. Ballots just quietly stop counting. And because it's procedural, it is very hard to challenge after the fact. I mean, this change does not affect all voters equally, okay? Democrats vote by mail far more often than Republicans. In recent elections, around 60% of Democrat voters used mail-in ballots, compared to about 25 to 30% of Republican voters, which makes sense considering, Trump is constantly going down the throats of Republicans and basically telling them that they have to go to the ballot box. Now, that means, any slowdown in mailing processing, disproportionately will affect Democratic voters. So it basically will disproportionately affect urban areas more than I think anything, okay? And it will affect young voters, seniors, disabled voters, minority communities, disabled veterans. I mean, these are the voters who rely on mail-in voting. Not because it's convenient, but because it's basically necessary. I mean, people are alarmed. For a reason, guys. It's hard to get Americans out to vote. It's hard to get Americans to get out and vote. So mail-in ballots made it easier to have more voices, more American voices reaching out and telling the people what they want. Donald Trump has repeatedly tried to get rid of mail-in voting. Courts have stopped him, states have pushed back, and the public has resisted. So the critics are asking a serious question. Instead of banning mail-in, ballots, does this rule make them easier to, invalidate, without ever saying truly what is happening? Think about it like this. Even if delays are not intentional, okay, the outcome could be the same. Votes disappear without, voters doing anything wrong. And here is like who is at risk, okay? Democratic voters, seniors, disabled veterans, young voters, anyone who relies on mail-in ballots, which means the risk is not abstract. I mean, this is targeted, guys. So at the end of the day, who's really at risk here? It's the Democratic vote, guys. Democrats are going to have a harder time flipping seats, in the midterms, just because of the fact that people rely so much on mail-in ballots, which means the risk is not abstract, guys. I mean, like I said, this is targeted by impact. The line crossed here is clear. We moved from voter responsibility to bureaucratic control over whose vote counts. Democracy only works if your vote counts when you follow the rules. If your ballot depends on whether a post office processes mail fast enough, wow, how is that democracy? Right? I mean, that is a system where votes can basically be erased quietly and only after, the damage is already done. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.